It's February 18th, 2026, and this is what we're cooking up this week.
Kristin, old is new again with Charlie's Angels, The Rockford Files, and Baywatch coming back again.
Scott, regular maxing is our word of the week.
Fisher-Price little people get a radical makeover.
And sex workers are trying to unionize in Nevada.
You bitch. Olympic skier Breezy Johnson gets engaged in a most unique, Swifty way.
And we have an update on those impossible-to-get McDonald's caviar tins.
It's hard-hitting journalism once again, Kristin. This week on the Swish Edition.
You're listening to the Swish Edition. Because you have nothing better to do.
Hi, Scott. If it's Wednesday, it's the Swish Edition.
That's right, yes.
This is episode 502 for February 18th. Yeah. How's your Valentine's Day?
It was good. You know, we didn't go out to eat because going out to eat on holidays, I think we talked about that last week, is just impossible. But we did go to a slot tournament at the Cosmopolitan Hotel, and
Fun.
It was over the top, so much fun. They really went all out decorating. They had a flower mart where you could go and put together a bouquet of flowers to take to your loved one afterwards, and that was totally free. They had a guy carving prime rib. They had caviar. They had foie gras macaroons. Have you ever had a savory macaroon?
No. That sounds amazing.
The food was over the top. And then, of course, they had bars, and then you play your game. And I won $600, and Dale won $2,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was fun. Of course, we wasted it on Monday. It's all gone now. But yeah, we had a good Valentine's Day, and I got some cool new underpants. Do you guys give gifts to each other? Besides flowers?
No, I mean, Rob and I have never been big. Like, Rob and I don't really exchange gifts on our anniversary even. We commemorate it, but
Sure.
so no, we've never done a big deal for Valentine's Day, but Max loves Valentine's Day. And in elementary school, they make a big deal about Valentine's Day, and every kid in the class gets a Valentine for every other kid in the class, and they decorate mailboxes to collect them all in. So there was a lot of hoopla. I volunteered to help with his Valentine's Day party at school on Friday. And he made things for us. Like, he made crafts to give to us for Valentine's Day, and was then kind of like, well, I have presents for you guys, but you don't have any presents for me.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. He's a little extortionist. So then I had to
Yeah.
run out at the last minute and get him, a random toy at the grocery store and some candy and whatever. And yeah.
My goodness, that is so sweet.
Yeah. Well, but the highlight,
evil.
and evil and manipulative. Yeah. He's really freaking smart. But he especially likes that I usually make homemade Valentine's Day placemats for the table, which is like now our tradition. So this year he helped me, and we made metallic ones, and we
Nice.
actually did end up going out to eat to our neighborhood Italian joint, but I bought a bunch of at the grocery store, they sell like one piece of cake or one piece of strawberry
Yes,
shortcake
I
or
would
one.
love that they do that.
So I always do like 3 or 4 things, and then I cut them into little bites so that we have like,
Yeah, a whole smorgasbord.
yeah, but
Yeah.
kind of like, what is the word I'm looking for? Tapas, kind of like dessert tapas.
Okay.
So that's what we did. That was our
Nice.
Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Very fun. Very
Nobody
fun.
gives a crap about any of that. Let's
Okay,
move on.
we'll cut it all out. I have a fun way to start the show. You want to start over? Okay. How about this? Unionized sex workers. I think it might be a first. Sex workers at a Pahrump brothel here in Nevada. It's called
Pahrump. What kind
Pahrump.
of a name is that?
It's a name. It's a brothel called Sherry's Ranch, and the girls that work there, all 74 of them, are trying to unionize. because of supposed unfair contracts and conditions put upon them at the ranch. So, as you might know, I think everyone in America knows this, prostitution is legal in most of Nevada, except for here in Clark County, where Las Vegas is. So, the entire rest of the state, it's legal. So, we do have brothels.
Well, and I think the only reason I know that, and perhaps many other people, is because of that reality show, which is the one exception to reality shows
Yeah.
that I have watched
That
in
you
my life.
enjoyed.
What was
Yeah.
it called? The Bunny
Bunny
Ranch?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is Sherry's Ranch. And apparently, the Communication Workers of America organization is helping the workers unionize, which I don't get why it would be the communication workers.
Okay.
I guess they're communicating in a way with their mouth
Oh,
and their
my
vagina.
goodness.
This all started when the management at the brothel asked the workers to sign a contract that would give the proprietors permanent control over the workers' intellectual property rights. Meaning, so a lot of the girls, and as you could probably imagine, they have side hustles on sites like OnlyFans, and they're making big bucks, and the brothel thinks they deserve a piece of the action. The girls say, no, you don't. And interestingly enough, Kristin, when I was reading about this story, the brothel is owned by a former Chicago cop
Wow.
who probably in his day
Busted people.
busted some prostitutes and hookers. Yeah. The brothel has fired 3 of their quote unquote courtesans. Courtesans? Is that how you say it? For the organizing effort, which, as we know, is pretty illegal. Very illegal.
Can't do that.
The brothel maintains that the workers are independent contractors and not employees, which is why they can't unionize. But if they're independent contractors, then why does the brothel think they get a piece of their action online?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So I'm going to follow this story. I think it's very interesting. I think it'll be really fun to see how the unionized sex workers of America goes together. It's going to be interesting to see what they think they're going to get out of this effort. Yeah.
I love it.
And how long can you be a courtesan? I mean, at some point you got to retire, right? Who's going to come and want a 65-year-old?
I don't
right?
know. There's somebody for everybody out there.
That is true.
There probably is a market for that.
That's true.
There could be an over the hill bunny ranch or something. I don't know.
I'd go to that one.
Well, from that sleazy topic to one that is much more wholesome, I have a fun transition. So I saw this in real time. I'm sure you did too. Have loved watching the Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
Breezy Johnson, who of course won a gold medal earlier in the competition, she screwed up in the Super G, right? And she crashed. But the silver lining was when she got off the course, she was met by her boyfriend, Connor Watkins, who dropped down onto one knee and proposed. And it was just the sweetest, cutest thing. And so, but here's the part where I definitely need Scott's help, because I don't know any Taylor Swift lyrics from like recent things. So apparently it was all Taylor Swift's lyrics in the proposal, like the little thing that they posted a picture of
The little box.
had lyrics from her song The Alchemy, I guess, which I wasn't familiar with, but Breezy posted it later on Instagram, of course, and Taylor commented on it, which I just love for her. And I didn't understand this, but I guess this is from the lyrics. So Taylor's comment was, quote, "Where's the trophy? He just comes running over to me," end quote, and then congratulations in all caps. So is that a line from one of her songs?
That's a line from that song. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then it looks like Connor put some of the lyrics on the little box that held the ring too, which
so
you can see in the picture here that Breezy held up for her Instagram photo.
Adorable.
Just the cutest. And then the icing on the cake was that Breezy offered to give Taylor Swift skiing lessons.
I hope she accepts.
I know. How cool is that? How cool
I
is that?
saw a clip of Peekaboo Street. Remember Peekaboo Street? I saw a clip of her giving skiing lessons to Snoop Dogg, which was fantastic.
That's so fun. And
so
NBC is a genius to bring Snoop back to the Olympics. Of course, he He was there 2 years ago for the Summer Olympics, and they're not stupid. They know what they're doing. That was a lot of fun. And what's up with first names of downhill skiers? Peekaboo, Breezy. How fun is
Love
that?
Breezy, and I love listening to Snoop talk to Breezy with
Yeah.
his, anyway, yeah.
It's been really fun.
I think NBC has done a great job with the coverage in spite of all the things happening with Savannah and the personnel changes they had to deal with. We shouldn't talk about that. It makes me so sad.
I don't want to talk about it, but I will say, this is the third episode of the Swish Edition that we've mentioned Savannah and her mother's grief. It's monstrous. It's horrible, and I cannot believe it's still going on.
I can't either.
I don't think she's still alive, but they can hope for the best, I guess. I think it would be
just
really far-fetched if they can
gut-wrenching.
get her home. Yeah. And then what does Savannah do after this? Does she come back and act like nothing happened? I think she's going to have to take a long time off.
There's a zillion and one rumors and unsubstantiated things surrounding all of this. Her mother's disappearance, why it happened, who did it, all that. One unsubstantiated thing that I saw said that Savannah has already decided that she will never return to her post as anchor because of the guilt she feels that her mother was abducted because of her personality and her celebrity and
nobody
whatever.
knows that.
Yeah,
nobody
exactly.
except Savannah knows that.
Exactly.
I suspect even if it ended today, she would be taking a long time off. Maybe Hoda put this whole thing together to get her job back.
Don't put such a thing out in the universe. Oh,
I've already seen that. But
really?
It's ridiculous.
So stupid.
Hoda left on her own.
She resigned. She wasn't fired. Ugh,
right.
People are horrible.
All right, let's move on. I have an update from a story we talked about last week. McDonald's McNugget caviar. We're going to talk about it one more time. Why? Because as we were going off the air last week, Kristin and I both had the site up on our page, and right at 11 o'clock, what was it, 11 a.m. Eastern time, the site supposedly went live. What did Kristin and I both see? A big fat nothing. The site crashed for both of us. When we finally got on, we found out that it was all sold out so it turns out that it was seconds, Kristin.
Mm-hmm.
They sold out of all the tins in seconds. And McDonald's, they've been asked a million times how many tins were available. They refused to say.
Because it was probably like 5. I was so disappointed.
A lot of people were disappointed because people said the site crashed. I couldn't get on. And when I got on, it was all gone.
Yep.
Someone got them. It turns out that some social media influencers and media members were sent kits before the launch. So
That's no fair.
So they did exist. One is a Vegas-based influencer. And she wrote, quote, "The McNugget gives you that nostalgic crunch, and then the caviar pops with that briny ocean hit." I wonder if those words came from the McDonald's PR team.
Yes, I imagine they did.
She also said that she tried the caviar and creme fraiche on McDonald's French fries, saying, quote, "The fries soak up the creme fraiche, and the caviar adds that little pop." So, I don't know. The whole thing is ridiculous. And I'll put up some pictures here of people putting their caviar on their McNuggets. So it did happen. Someone got to do it. I just don't know if any people like us got to do it.
If any regular Joes.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it. But, you could always recreate it. You could go get your own chicken nuggets and get your own caviar and have yourself a caviar McNugget party if you really wanted to.
I'm really not going out of my way to do that.
Yeah, me either.
But never fear. You can get your hands on the Shamrock Shake. You can do that. They returned to McDonald's as of yesterday nationwide. They promise they'll have them at least through St. Patrick's Day. Of course, they have to, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, there's no official date when they will disappear. It's basically whenever the restaurants run out of the syrup that they use, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know this, Kristin, but the Shamrock Shake was first introduced back in 1970. which was the same year that I was introduced to the world.
Me too.
And I was also born in March. So
I was not.
how cool is that?
That is very cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of minty thing, or you're not done with your McDonald's
I have
thing?
one more side note.
Oh, sorry.
I've never had a Shamrock Shake.
You haven't?
I've never had one.
Heh.
Are they good?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that I've had one. I've had
She doesn't even know.
I've had a healthy alternative,
Yeah.
a protein shake that I make that tastes like one. But I'm sure that I've had one at some point in my life because can imagine exactly what it tastes like.
Right. All right. All right.
I
Now
think they make one. I think Arby's has one too. I've seen people post a lot about the Arby's one
okay.
that is not called a Shamrock Shake. I can't think what it's called. But anyway, it's green and minty. And speaking of minty things, Wendy's is bringing back their Thin Mints Frosty, which is not green. They're going with more of the chocolate angle and the Girl Scout cookie tie-in. So they have a new twist, which is called the Frosty Fusion. I can attest that Wendy's is shaking things up because I took Max and two of his friends to Wendy's as a treat. I let them choose their fast food place of choice to go to lunch on Saturday, and I took them there. And there's all sorts of Frosty. I guess it's sort of like a McFlurry now. Like there's an option to add things in. I had no idea. I did not see the Thin Mints one, so I guess maybe I was a few days too early. But Wendy's has teamed up with Girl Scouts, and they're allowing the Girl Scouts to set up a booth and sell their cookies right outside of one of Wendy's 3,600 restaurants across the U.S., which is a really good marketing idea.
Sure.
And they're promoting the Thin Mints Frosty Fusion, which is a Frosty that has Thin Mints mixed into it. I think the original one is their vanilla Frosty, which seems like it would be the best flavor combo to me, but you can also request the chocolate one. I also have to say, I ordered the kids the kid-size version of a Frosty when we went to the restaurant, and they lost their minds, and rightfully so. You should see. I'll send you a picture. It's like, it was literally, the cup was like
Thimble?
the size of my thumb. It was like gone in 2 slurps. I thought, did I really just pay $2 for this? This is ridiculous. I'll send you a picture, but they were not happy with me.
I love Wendy's. I love that they have the square hamburgers. I think those are just so cool.
That's why the kids chose it. They all said, we want square hamburgers.
The problem is, though, that it gives me the toots. I should say the squirts.
Oh, no.
And not in a good way.
Nobody wants to know about that.
I want to talk about, since you brought it up, I want to talk about Girl Scout cookies for a second, because, and I feel really bad about saying this, and I don't want to. All right. So I always get an email from a friend from DC whose daughter sells Girl Scout cookies, and it's all done online now.
Yeah,
you can
and
do
they'll
it all
deliver them
online
to your house. You don't have to get them at the grocery store.
They
at a booth.
shipped them. They shipped them to me from corporate, I think. Anyway, they are not what they used to be, Kristin. Have you had them recently?
I have, and they don't have the same draw.
So I bought 2 boxes of the Thin Mints. They were stale and crumbly and tasted bad, and I immediately threw both boxes out. They just were not good. I don't understand. Now, there were 2 decent ones. I bought a box of Samoas, which I absolutely love.
I love them, but they're different now. They used to be, I don't know. The texture was different.
The texture is different. The quality of the chocolate has gone down. I did like the Adventurefuls too. Those were good.
Wait, what are Adventurefuls?
Oh God, Kristin, I don't remember. I should have.
Are those the
I should
new?
write everything down.
Are those the new flavor? The Rocky Road flavor? Is that Adventureful? Is it a sandwich cookie?
Girl Scout cookies Adventurefuls.
Because we bought a box of ones that were supposedly new this year, or maybe just new to us, that were supposed to be Rocky Road flavor. And it was 2 chocolate cookies with a chocolate colored center, a sandwich cookie.
No, the Adventurefuls are the one it's kind of like a brownie cookie with a caramel, like a sea of caramel in the middle. Yeah, I like that one. And then, of course, the Samoas are the crispy cookie with caramel coconut and the
Coconut.
chocolate stripes.
I
Yeah.
love
So
Samoas.
those are still decent, although they're not what they used to be. And then, oh my God, Kristin, I got the Toffee-tastic, the gluten-free cookies with the toffee bits in them because I love things with toffee in them.
Mm-hmm.
One bite in the garbage.
No.
It tasted like cardboard. It was disgusting. The dog wouldn't even eat them.
Well, that's really too bad.
Gluten-free. Why do people choose gluten-free things? They're just not good.
Because they have celiac disease. So I will say Samoas have gone down in quality. They used to be my absolute favorite. Tagalongs were always my favorite, but I don't buy them because Max is allergic to peanut butter and so are you. I don't know if those have gone downhill. We did get Thin Mints, and as I said, I don't know the name, but we tried the new Rocky Road ones. There was not a Rocky Road hint of flavor. It was just plain flat one note chocolate. I threw the rest of the box away. Max has decided that his only one that he likes now are the lemon coolers, which I've never been a lemon cookie person, but those are pretty good and the texture is good. It has a little bit of icing and it has a snap to it. So I don't know. I can recommend those, but
Okay, well, at least there's a few that we can recommend. But I want the Girl Scouts to get back to making cookies the way they used to because they were so much better.
maybe the issue is that now that you can buy them online and have them drop shipped anywhere, maybe there's just so much more demand for them that the demand has gone up, the volume of production has gone up, and the quality has gone down.
Maybe,
I don't know.
maybe so. I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, we can move on. I hate bad mouthing the Girl Scouts. They're a great organization.
Yeah, I assume they are, yes. Well, I mean, I don't know that I've ever researched the Girl Scout organization.
Were you not one?
No, I never. I started out as a brownie,
Huh?
which is for little kids. And in my day, you started as a brownie, just like you started as a Cub Scout, and then you graduated to Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. And by the time I was done with brownies, I was over it, and I didn't like wearing a uniform to school, and I didn't want to be a Girl Scout. So
I was a Weeblo, but I
a
never made it.
Weeblo.
Yeah, that was it's Cub Scouts, Weeblos, and Boy Scouts. I never made it to Boy Scout. Weeblo was
Wait. It goes. It's linear. It goes Cub Scout, Weeblo, then Boy Scout.
Who knew?
So we're both failed in the scouting organization.
I didn't fail. I didn't like it. I was like, this is not for me. Not for me. I think I still have my uniform somewhere.
You should wear it for a taping of the Swish edition. Okay, let's move on. Do you even know what Little People are? Fisher-Price Little People. This is next on our list of things to talk about.
I think I have some right here in my room.
Do you really?
Yes.
Max certainly played with these a lot when he was little, and and it's a Mattel product. They have introduced some radical new Little People.
I love them.
Holy cow. They have collaborated with graffiti artist Andre Saraiva. I've never heard of him. But they have created some Little People figures with his signature aesthetic and passion for pink. Scott's going to put a picture up in the video, but they all have that sort of graffiti vibe. They have like the caricature smiles and an X on one eye. I guess that means they're winking, not that they're missing eyeballs. I don't know.
Who knows?
So Little People were first introduced in the 60s. And of course, in the beginning, they were made of wood. Now they're all made of plastic. And this new collection is larger than the originals and is made of wood and plastic. It looks like maybe their heads are wood. But they're a little over 5 inches tall. The other Little People are much smaller, I think.
Yeah, they're like 2 inches.
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
So the cast, this latest cast includes Mr. A, Mrs. A, Grumpy Boy, and Happy Girl. And it comes, they come in a custom box, which retails for 70 bones. Good
Okay,
grief.
so when I first saw this, Kristin, it came across my feed, and I'm like, I need to have it because I love collecting things, and I love collecting old things. I have a bunch of Little People from when my sister and I were little. I actually have the airport and the airplane downstairs in my garage.
Yes. And Max had that as a hand-me-down from one of our friends, Will. Gave him his old original one from the 70s, the airport with the airplane. We had 2 airplanes for Max. And then we also had the parking garage that had the gas
Yep.
station, and
Yep,
you
I had
wound up
that.
the crank and the cars went
Yep.
down the thing in the elevator.
My sister and I had the McDonald's. We had the
Oh.
school. We had the farm set with the horses and stuff.
Oh, yeah, the
And
farm. Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm looking at my collection shelf and I don't see any, but I know there are some in this house. They're somewhere in this house. And I have original wooden ones.
Huh.
But I would love to get this set until I saw that it's $70. And I'm like, ooh,
$70.
maybe I'll buy it
Dang.
later when the price comes down.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's a limited edition. So I guess the price would just go up. And I bet
So
the
maybe it
demand is
won't.
going to be high. Yeah. I think they're kind of cool looking. Do I need them? No.
No.
Do I want them? Yes.
Yes.
Speaking of things that we don't need and maybe don't want, what's old is new again, Kristin. I guess it's just been happening a lot, and I guess it's been happening our whole lives, and we just didn't notice. But they're rebooting again,
Mhm.
Charlie's Angels. Why are they doing it this year?
Because there are no original ideas left in Hollywood.
Did you know that this is the 50th anniversary of the original Charlie's Angels TV show?
Did not know that.
Yeah, I was supposed to write down here when it was on. The Aaron Spelling TV show aired from X to X.
From X to Y.
It was the 70s. And
I loved it.
Of course, it
loved
originally
that show.
starred Farrah Fawcett, Kate Jackson, and
Kate
Jacqueline
Jackson.
Smith.
Ugh.
And then, of course, Farrah Fawcett famously left after season 1, and they brought in Cheryl Ladd, who I like even better, as Chris Monroe. I just watched, for the first time since the last time we did the show, the original pilot episode of Charlie's Angels. Have you seen it?
No.
It's on Tubi, so it's free. You have to watch a couple of commercials, but it's 2 hours long. It was a movie. Yeah, it was a movie before ABC gave Aaron Spelling the go-ahead to make it a series. It's really good. It's really good. It's very different from what the show originally became, but it has all the people in it. And it has some extra people that they got rid of before they made the show.
I adored that show, and I don't know anyone my age who grew up in that time who didn't replicate the iconic picture with your girlfriends, and you'd have someone take a picture.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I didn't know this, but did you know that Drew Barrymore owns the rights to anything and everything Charlie's Angels?
No.
Her Flower
Smart
Films.
cookie.
So she has a production company called Flower Films, and they produce her daytime talk show, and they also make other movies and TV shows, and she's behind this. Now, of course, she famously starred with Lucy Liu and Cameron Diaz in the successful movie reboots of the year 2000 and 2003, which I enjoy very much. They were campy and silly and over the top, but they were also fast and furious, and I thought they were really fun.
Yeah.
So now she's hired the guy who wrote Crazy Rich Asians, which if you haven't seen that movie, it is really, really good.
I've seen most of it.
Yeah. His name is Pete Chiarelli, and he is going to write the script for this new film. They're bringing it back. I think maybe Drew has aged out of coming back to play one of the Angels, so I don't know if it's going to be Drew, Lucy, and Cameron, or if it's going to be someone new. I guess we'll find out. There was an ill-fated TV series reboot in 2011, which was on for like 5 minutes.
I did not know that.
Fizzled and died. And then there was an Elizabeth Banks made a movie in 2019 with Kristen Stewart, and she played Elizabeth Banks played Bosley, and it just was horrible and made no money.
Never saw it.
It was just a bad idea. I don't know what Drew was thinking letting Elizabeth do that, but anyway. So I have high hopes for this, but we probably shouldn't get our hopes too high. But there are 2 more things coming. Did you hear about either one of these? NBC is bringing back the Rockford Files.
Oh my gosh.
With David Boreanaz. He's from Angel and Bones. He's going to be playing James Rockford. Of course, the original character was played by James Garner, who I absolutely loved.
Him.
The series ran on NBC from 1974 to 1980. And apparently David reached out to Garner's daughter, Gigi, before accepting the role to get her permission. Because James Garner's dead, obviously.
Wait, Boreanaz reached out to the daughter to say, is it okay with you if I play this
James
role that was
Rockford.
your dad?
Yeah, isn't that dumb? Why would Gigi have anything to do with it? You know,
I mean, I
I
guess that's
guess that's
very
nice,
respectful of him.
but
Yeah.
stupid. Yeah,
Like, what would he have done if she was like, "No, I hate you. Hell no." Then would he
right,
have turned it down?
right. Did Jamie Lee Curtis have to reach out to Angela Lansbury's kids to find out if she could play the Murder She Wrote lady, whatever her name was? Jessica Fletcher
Yeah, yeah.
just popped in my head. Anyway, that's coming. Also, Fox is rebooting Baywatch, Kristin.
For the love of all that's holy. Like we need a new version of Baywatch, like we all need a hole in our heads.
They're
Come
bringing
on.
back Baywatch. Stephen Amell has been announced that he's going to be playing Hobie Buchanan, which was Mitch's son, who was played by David Hasselhoff.
I have never watched a single episode of Baywatch ever in my life.
It
I
was
don't know
such a
who
good
any of these
show.
characters are.
It
I
was
just
such a good
know
show.
that Hasselhoff was on it and Pamela Anderson. That's all I
Yeah.
know.
Well, Stephen Amell most recently was on Arrow, I think, which was on the CW, and he's really good looking. So, you got to be good looking if you're going to be in Baywatch, right? Anyway, what's fun about this, Kristin, is that Matt Nix is producing. He's the guy behind Burn Notice. Do you know Burn Notice?
Mm-mm.
It's one of my all-time favorite shows. And he's also producing alongside McG, who was the aforementioned Drew Barrymore-led Angel movie producer.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's going to have a really different, fast-paced look to it. So we'll see. Baywatch is coming.
Do any of these things turn out successfully? Like all these shows that were iconic and so well done and so fun, even though they were a little bit silly and campy, like Hawaii 5-0. Did the reboot of that, are people actually watching that?
Well, it's not on anymore, but the reboot of Hawaii 5-0 went like 7 or 8 years. Yeah, it was very popular.
Gosh.
It was very popular. And I really loved the reboot of Dynasty, and the reboot of Dynasty did really, really well internationally, much more than here in the United States. I think it was only on 3 or 4 seasons here.
There are things that were really great in the 70s and in the 80s that have no business coming back. Like, Fantasy Island. I lived for that show when I was a
Island
kid.
already came back.
It did?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
It's already been a thing. Yeah.
And the Love Boat and
Love Boat came back. Don't you remember Love Boat the New Wave?
No, I don't.
It was a thing.
No.
Everything comes back.
It should.
The Jeffersons, they're bringing the Jeffersons back.
Are you kidding?
No,
Oh
yes,
gosh.
I'm kidding. That would be great, though. And just a final movie thing is Dale bought me my tickets for Scream 7. We're going on my birthday.
Oh, well,
So,
that'll be
very
fun.
excited. And I made him buy tickets in the very, very last row so that no one could be behind us trying to murder me. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, I know. You're so crazy. I missed an opportunity to go. My friend Candace, who's a longtime Swish Edition listener, invited me to go see Pretty in Pink in the movie theater because they brought it back to theaters on Valentine's Day. And I couldn't because I needed to just do something fun for Max. But she said it was really good. I would have loved to have seen that in the theater.
It's been fun to see it on the big screen again.
I know. For a Galentine thing.
Yeah. What's Galentine mean?
Galentines, when you get together with your gal pals to celebrate Valentine's Day. You're telling me you've never heard of Galentine's Day?
I think
Galentine?
I knew it was a word. I didn't know what it meant, and I never felt like I needed to look it up.
Wow.
I didn't know. No, I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a huge thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on. Have you ever heard of, I have never heard of this. Have you ever heard, obviously you have because you wrote the script. The term is regular maxing. Never heard of it. Apparently what it means is that Gen Zs, I have to think about in my head all of the names for where they fall. I sort of lost track after millennials, but Gen Zs are now flocking to locals only non-chain restaurants and bars exclusively because they value the relationships that they have with the bartenders and the wait staff and the people that are working there. So they are regulars and they max it by tipping generously to these people that they're friends with. I guess, contributing factor is that food delivery has become so prohibitively expensive. It truly has.
It's really ridiculous.
It is. So they're venturing out and becoming more social rather than paying for DoorDash every night. Um, until recently, millennials and Gen X folks were more apt to be regulars at local places. And as with everything else in the world, this whole thing of regular maxing in air quotes has become popular, of course, because of going viral on social media posts. And so local restaurants are now getting in on the national chain loyalty programs and trying to do a similar thing more than ever before to keep their regulars regular. Uh, Not in the normal sense of that word, but yes. And we are for sure and certain, Rob and I, and now Max, regulars at local places and have been. We were just talking the other day about our favorite neighborhood Italian restaurant, which is called Lucia's. We went there the day that we came to look at this house before we bought it. In 2005, when we came to tour this house, we went straight over there and had lunch. And we have literally been coming here for 21 years,
And didn't
coming
you
and
guys,
going there.
when I was there in June, isn't that where you took me?
Is that where we went? Oh, yes, I think so. Yes, exactly.
Well,
Um,
Dale and I are definitely regulars at a couple places. We love The Bar. It's literally called The Bar, and they have the most amazing food. We know every single person that works there. We know a lot of the regulars that max it out there, and Dale and I max it out. I mean, we tip very generously when we leave, and they keep, they take care of us bigly. So we
yes.
really appreciate it. And now we have our own local Italian place, which is a hop, skip, and a jump from our house, and it's called Locale.
Mm-hmm.
And we've now been going there pretty regularly. We either go sit at the bar and have a glass of wine, or we have a full Italian dinner. It's really great.
Yeah.
What we don't do is have the food delivered, because you know what they do? And it's not just them, and I'm not bad mouthing them. Everyone is doing it. There's one menu for in the restaurant.
Yeah.
There's another menu for delivery, and the prices are jacked up 25, 30%. And it's getting out of hand, and we only do it now when we're just desperate, or
Yeah.
lazy.
It's a huge industry. So this is a whole other topic that we should talk. Have you heard of Wonder, the new Wonder concept of food delivery? We should table this. We should talk about it
Okay.
in the next episode, though, which is
Okay.
giving DoorDash and Grubhub a run for their money, basically.
All right, let's talk about it next week after we can
Yeah.
do some crap. What do you
Research.
call it? Research. There you go. Wonder food delivery. Okay. Got it on my list for next week. Let me tell you, I got one more kind of, it's not a big story, but and I predicted. Dale and I have been talking about this a lot. As predicted by several online accounts, Jetway Jesus is all but disappearing from Southwest Airlines flights now that the airline has officially done away with their open seating concept, which they've had since day one of the airline. It was late last month that they started assigning seats. And you know what Jetway Jesus means, right, Kristin?
I do not know.
Oh my goodness. Have you ever flown Southwest Airlines?
Years. It's probably been 20 years. But
Okay,
yeah.
so as you know, in the olden days, as of earlier last month, you would check in and they would give you a number, A, B, or C, and then a number, and that's where you'd stand in line, and that's how you boarded the plane. And then when you got on the plane, you would take any open seat.
And it was
correct?
all random? The numbers you were assigned were random, or were they dependent
It depends
upon...
on how much you paid and when you checked in. So people would check in exactly 24 hours before their flight to try to get that coveted big number.
So stressful.
Every time that Dale and I flew it, we paid for the executive level, so we always were in the A group. We were always in the first group. Anyway, Jetway Jesus was, because of the open seats, people requested wheelchairs at the airport in greater numbers than any other airline at the airport. And, as with every airline, the people that need extra
extra time,
or have small children or in the military, they get to go first.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'd get there for your flight and ready to board your 747, and 15 wheelchair-bound people would get rolled onto the airplane first, and they got whatever seat they wanted. When the airplane got to its destination, 99% of those people stood up,
They were
grabbed their shit, and walked
miraculously
off.
cured.
Jetway Jesus. He somehow took all those people's ailments away during the flight to Tacoma.
And heal Jesus.
It's not happening anymore.
Wow.
Because there's no advantage to getting on the plane early because you already know where you're sitting, like it should be. I also have one more note for you that's going to burn you up. You ready?
Yeah.
Christmas. Christmas is only 310 days away. And guess what? I've already bought my first Christmas present for somebody.
You are criminally insane. You're insane. And I'm done. I refuse to talk about Christmas in February. Goodbye. That's enough. See you next week. We're done.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I love you.
I love you too.
I love your fun sweater. I don't think you've ever worn that on the show
Thanks.
before.
Yeah, I guess I haven't.
Yeah. It looks like somebody who might work at Sherry's Ranch. You might have to unionize.
Heaven
No,
forbid.
I guess it would be cut a lot lower if you
Yes.
were working. But I think cheetah is one of their favorite things to
Animal
wear.
print is popular at the
All
ranch.
right. We'll talk at you guys next week. Actually, I'm going to be on vacation next week, and I'm taking my laptop with me. I'm going to be taping from a brand new location next week.
Okay. That'll be
Yeah.
exciting.
So you'll see something different in the background.
Fabulous.
I'm not telling you where I go. No, not until I'm
Okay.
already there.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.
Okay. Bye.
The Swish Edition is a production of Bethwick Media, LLC. Learn more about the show at swishedition.com. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast app or site. But only if you like us.